whole entire deer leg. It's already been drained. It's brined for 24 hours. It's about to be rubbed down, it's about to be injected, and it's about to be smoked. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? So I've been waiting to do this video for a really long time, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be smoking a whole deer leg, bone-in and everything, from this past fall's harvest. It's been in the deep freezer. Can't wait. I've been thawing it out, and I'm gonna smoke this whole thing into barbecue. I've seen it on YouTube. It's not original to me. I've tweaked the recipe a little bit for me, but I'm gonna just show you step by step how to smoke a whole deer leg into barbecue, and it turns out awesome. The one thing I did was I just was getting some loose ends tied up. This is a long process, so you gotta have some time for it, and I forgot to film the brining process, but it's actually extremely easy. The recipe for a brine is pretty generic. You can tweak it, you know, for your liking. Obviously, the size of the leg makes a big difference and things like that, but basically mine was like a cup of salt and like some brown sugar or something. You don't have to use brown sugar, and it was a pretty substantial amount of water. And then you'll see behind me the dish that it's in is a very large Tupperware, and I'll open this up in a minute and show you. So what I can do is just go ahead and go and show you all the workings of this thing. Like I say, just do your own brine, 24 hours. I hate I didn't film the way I did it, but it's nothing. It's so easy. You just brine the whole leg in that solution for a 24-hour period. And so what you're seeing from this point on is literally just missing the brine stage, and you can do that super easy on your own. That's all it is. So from this point on, just pretend you just did your brine, and now you're picking up where I am, and we'll see how this thing goes, okay? All right. So just to show you what I'm working with really quickly, all right? Over here, we have, all the way over here, I've got my injector sitting on there. We've got a mix of, it's any generic rib rub you want to buy. It doesn't matter. You can make your own. You can buy one. Doesn't matter. It's any chili powder based, nice reddish, smoky-ish rib rub. Does not matter. I can't even tell you the brand of that one. Don't remember. Half and half with brown sugar. Mix it up. Break up the brown sugar really fine. That's what that is. That's a rib rub brown sugar mix. A pretty substantial amount of it. That right there is apple juice. We're going to be injecting this deer leg with apple juice. I've got a little bit of vegetable oil to put on the meat so we can get this rub to adhere. There's some foil there. Got some apple chips, any basic kind, doesn't really matter. Also, you know, something for the heat. This doesn't really matter. The chunks I actually like better, but since I have the chips, I made me a basic little tray of aluminum foil, because when you see this old smoker I'm using, you'll see why I'm doing it like this. Super basic old smoker. That's the ticket. You don't need anything fancy for what I'm about to do, y'all. When you see this smoker and this setup, you're gonna be like, oh wow, I could do that. And that's the point. Anyone can do this. So a little tray of heavy duty foil. I'll poke some holes in the bottom of this in a minute. And then we've got, there's a whole entire deer leg. It's already been drained. It's brined for 24 hours. It's about to be rubbed down, it's about to be injected, and it's about to be smoked. Let's go. So here we go. I've got some just some food grade rubber gloves I like to use, you know, whatever. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but just get your meat. And like I say, it's just been brined. This brine was really cool. It had some garlic in it and some brown sugar. It was a good brine, but obviously a good quantity of kosher salt. Like I said earlier, you just kind of make up your own, pull one off the internet. Doesn't really matter. I like this Tupperware container. I've seen some guys brining theirs in a 5-gallon bucket or whatever. My fridge won't even take a 5-gallon bucket. And in this Tupperware container, it's, the sides are so low. See, I cut the bone off of the hand. That's the ticket. You leave the bone in, but you cut it off at the shank, so you have a nice compact just hunk of ham, bone-in meat. It'll fit into a container like this. Then from here, when you inject it and all the extra just falls down. It's very clean injecting it in something like this. So that's what I prefer to do, is inject it in a big dish like this. So this one dish held the brine. It's gonna do the injection process, and I'll do the rub process all in this one dish. So we just got a basic injector, apple juice, and we're just going to inject the meat all over. Start by just pulling a little in. You can find the places where the muscles divide, and it's pretty easy to inject this meat, and you just go until it's all plump and injected. It'll just take a few minutes to do. We'll start injecting. As you inject, you're going to want to flip the meat over, but a lot of the places you're getting from the top side are going to get into the bottom side. So I am running low on injection, but actually once I flip the meat over, it's not going to take long to have that full. I find that a cup usually works for the average southern deer. You know, our deer, some of them get pretty big, but this is game land deer, average size deer, you know, 120 pound or so at the most for a doe, and basic size deer leg, a cup usually works. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. And I'll proceed to finish up with my injection. Okay, here we go. Got the meat here. I got like a quarter cup of oil. It's probably more than enough. Really, just with one hand I'll take my oil, and as I pour, make sure I rub it on quickly so it doesn't waste in the bottom. So about half of my oil, which was a quarter cup, so about 1/8 of a cup or so. And then I will proceed, like I say, I use a fork to kind of break up that brown sugar. That's that 50-50 brown sugar mix, and mix with any kind of rib rub. I can't really say the amount that I used. I just eyeballed it. I pre-prepped what I knew was more than enough, so I may have a little waste left over, but it's just half and half. So if you run out, you can go make some more, and just half and half, and rub it in really good. Now, that is beautiful right there. Man, I can't wait to get this thing in the smoker, so stay tuned. We'll get it in there and see how it goes. So here's Old Faithful. Like I said, ain't nothing to it. This is a Brinkman smoking pit. I don't know how old this thing is, but it's a single electric unit. It's running a little low right now. It's a single electric unit. It's running a little low right now because I had the door open earlier. It should get up to about 2 something, maybe 220 or so. And so I'm just gonna pop this thing open. There you go. There's my tray for that, and then there's the element. I'm gonna get these wood chips. Got them in a real thin layer that I'm gonna put right over here near this element. I've got this little tray here to kind of block the wood chips from making any direct contact to that heating element. And then just gonna shimmy them all over here. They should get real hot real soon and be smoking real soon. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the deer meat on there and everything, and come back and check in about 30 minutes to see if she's turning away with smoke. Let me get that deer meat in. All right, so there you have it right there. That thing is in there. I'm gonna close it up, and here's the thing about the deer meat, okay? The thing about the deer is, and my neighbor, he's a great guy. He's the one who kind of taught me this, and I believe it. The deer, it takes smoke on real quick, and it's just so lean. I just don't, like, after 2 or 3 hours, you get smoke, and then you leave it in for up to 8 hours. It doesn't taste any more smoky than putting one in for 2 or 3 and finish it off in the oven. So just for the sake of ease and how this is an older smoker and all that, and in the oven in a glass pan I can get some juice from some more moisture. That's the way I do it. Like I say, I mean, I could leave it in here for 8 hours, or I could run it in here for 2 or 3 and then bring it inside to the glass dish in the oven, and that's my plan. So we started. Come out here in a few minutes, make sure she's turning away with smoke, and then we'll go from there. But it's going to be good deer barbecue, so stay tuned. All right, now we're talking. We got some smoke. It's looking real good. So just gonna give it some time, let it do its thing. Can't wait to see. Guys, here you have it. So I just pulled this thing out of the oven. Oh man, I ran that oven at like 225 and checked my internal temperature just now, and it is perfect. It's I just can't wait. It's cooling off. I'm about to pull it, throw some gloves on. Right here I've got a homemade finishing sauce. This is a vinegar finishing sauce. I made an extra amount. I'm not going to dump all that into this pull that I know of yet. I think it's going to be too much, but I'm going to pull it off first, and then I'm going to start adding the vinegar finishing sauce a little at a time, mix it, taste it, mix it, taste it, and then when it's all said and done, I'm going to have you guys a smoked whole deer leg pulled by hand with vinegar finishing sauce in the mix. It's going to be awesome. So I'll kind of show you what the process is of that real quick, and then I'll just get to work and I'll come back with the finished product. So just a second. All right, so just as simple as this, all I'm gonna do is, you can use utensils, but I'm gonna just throw on some food grade rubber gloves just to make it nice and clean. And all I'm gonna do is just come to the meat. You need to let it cool off a little bit. You don't want to burn yourself, but you're just gonna come to the meat, and you can start with a muscle group, or you can just start in the middle. It really doesn't matter. And you'll notice it'll just, you start peeling at it, look at that. It's just gonna start coming away. That's like the inner layer, and the further you go into that meat, look at that. You can just peel it off like that. You can just go down, peeling. Look at that. It's just gonna fall apart. It's just gonna fall completely apart. Alright everybody, hey, I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know how many pounds of pulled barbecue that whole leg makes, but it's a lot. Use whatever you can. That finishing sauce will actually soak up in there, so even the next day it's even better. And freeze it and keep it, and share it with friends and family. But let me know like what your recipes are, if you use a finishing sauce, how you make yours. How long did you smoke it? What kind of wood did you use? Did you finish yours in the oven? Brine, injection, rub, pointers, comments in general. Just thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Check it out on Instagram, Humble Hunter Outdoors. And again, looking forward to coming out with some more cooking content. I love cooking. If I filmed everything I cooked, I'd have a full YouTube channel with just that. I really do love cooking and things like that. So maybe I'll get into filming some more things for you guys regarding the kitchen. But again, appreciate you watching. Have a blessed day, and get out there and get you some wild game and bring it home, prep it up, cook it up, feed the family with it. God bless you guys. Have a good one.